Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am now back behind the bar, but I've changed bar stools, so I'm sort of balancing everything on the new bar stools and trying to get it right. I've put things in the corner, so the lighting might be a bit strange, and I'll have to set it up a bit better when I have the time. But it's been a while since I've done a beer review, but what a chat about a great beer I've got for you. Well, two great beers, in fact. One that I have had many a time and I love, and one that's been introduced to me that I've never seen before, and I'll tell you the story. So I went over to Harborough stores in Market Harborough to see Chanel there and see what beers he got in, see what Oktoberfest beers he got in, and that. And whilst I was there, I picked up, quite frankly, one of the best beers in the world. We all know this, don't we? This is regarded as far as German lagers go, one of the best beers in the world, right? It was my Desert Island beer, and on Alien Radio, it's a lot of people's Desert Island beer. So then he asked me, have you tried this one? Now, before I show you what he showed me, he told me this beer is regarded as German beer lovers as basically the best beer in the world, as in sort of like us, mostly us, and a lot of German people as well, but mostly it's the beer that we sort of say, oh my God, as regarding German lagers, Helles Lager, this is the best in the world, right? German connoisseurs of German lagers, so to speak. But I do think now that is the best in the world. He says to me, but what about this one? Have you seen this one? And I says, no, what is that one? Now, he is a real expert on his German beers, and if he was here next to me now, he would be A, pronouncing it right, and B, telling you the right information of it. So it's Tegernsee. Alexa, pronounce Tegernsee. Oh, she never even listened to me. Alexa, pronounce Tegernsee.
I pronounce the Tegernseer.
Oh.
I'm always working on how I say things, and I might not have it right.
Well, you got it better than me, love. So Tegernseer Hell. Okay. Now this is coming in at 4.8%, whereas this one's coming in at 5.2%. So what Chanel says to me was that over in Germany, this is regarded as the best beer. This is the one that we don't really know much about, but they regard this as the one to go to. So as English, so to speak, and probably a lot of other people that are non-German, non-authentic German folk drinking German lager, love this one. We love it, right? But the actual German connoisseurs over in Germany are saying this one. Now, what Chanel told me was, so I'm going to crack both these open. He says the only way to really tell is you've got to drink them side by side, because this gives subtle differences to this, right? He said this one is more sweeter in the malts, or more sweeter in the balance and the taste. He described it a lot better than me. Trust me, he is an expert. If you get over to Market Harborough stores, trust me, like he talks the proper way. You know what I mean? He talks the beer language. But he said, but this one is a bit more bitter. It's got more of that bite, a bit more like Pilsner-like, if you will. That's how I describe it. I said like a Pilsner bite. So I'm sorry about all the shadows in here. But anyway, I know I'm going to love this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this is. Right, so we'll get them cracked out into a glass. I've got two little mini steins here. So we'll get them cracked out into a glass. We'll drink them side by side and see what the taste buds tell us. Right, so hopefully these glasses are clean, because what it does say, and it is so imperative, and actually I've read before with these beers, you have got to have these beers in an absolutely pristine glass, because you do not want nucleation points all over these glasses. Oops, sugar taking over the beer and ruining the beer. Right, so while that is freshly poured in there, oh my God. It's been raining today. It's been awful out there. It's been awful outside. And then here I am coming in here to have that golden beauty. Look at that. Oh my God. Do you know what? If I was a really good looking bloke, I'd have to say that that was as good looking as me. So anyway, right, let's crack the other one open before that starts to settle into the glass too much. So yeah, oh my word, come on. I am looking forward to this. So I've been told that this beer is absolutely stunning. Now, it's all subjective, isn't it? It's all subjective. It's all down to everybody's palate, taste, everything, isn't it? Beer looking slightly lighter in colour. Right, so I'll put this here to the right. You won't see it, but I'll put it there anyway, and this to the left. Right, so we know what they are. This one here, look. I'll keep holding that up so you can see. And, yeah, so get a little snapshot of that. So beer in the glass then. This one definitely looks lighter to that. Oh, well, not now, not now. I've got it. Oh my God, they pretty much look, they look the same, don't they? Right, so these are going to be, if we're talking about the best beer in the world as regarded by a lot of us English beer, German beer drinkers, and a lot of European sort of like beer drinkers. And then this being the absolute creme de la creme amongst the real German connoisseurs, true Germans drinking their true German beautiful the business beer, right? And also as well, this has got a date on it, 27th of the 9th, 24. So it's a fresh beer that you don't want to be leaving for too long. What's the date on this one? January, March, May, June, July, August, September. So where are we now? 27th? Oh, God, what are we? 27th of September. Oh, yeah, we're all right. Bloody hell. I had to do the finger count. January, February, March, May, June, July, August, September. I didn't even mind that it was out of date. Oh, my God. I would have literally, like, just sunk on the floor like that. You know, like, Homer Simpson goes into the hedge like that. Oh, so we're talking, literally 27th September. Where are we? Yeah, we got about just under a month left on that, ain't we? Right, so the beer I love and the beer I know, and I know it's like I'm going to get a good glug of this and see, because Chanel says you've got to have them side by side, otherwise, you won't really, you won't remember one to the other type of thing. Oh, cheers everybody, Prost for our German friends. Oh, I'm sure I've reviewed this beer. So if you go back and have a look, I'm sure I've reviewed it. Oh, even at 5.2%, is it? Oh, that's so quaffable. And really, you can really get... It's quite lightly hopped, this is. It's got, I'm sure it's got like a second long fermentation on this. To really, it's really clean, crisp, lovely and bready. Oh, absolutely smashable, isn't it? Oh, literally, I bought 2 of these whilst I was in there. I literally would have bought 10, but I've got 3.5 fridges. It would be 4, but one of the fridges got food in and pint of milk or something. But I've got literally 3 fridges full of beer. This one here has got a load of German beer in. This one here has got craft beer and all that stuff. Well, the German beer is craft beer in my eyes anyway. And yeah, so I would have filled it, but I would already been Beers of Europe and got a load of beer. So plenty of mouth tasting activity going on there to get this taste back into my taste buds before I have a go with this. So the head's depleted a bit on that now. Right, I'm looking forward to this, because this, like I say, it has got the sweetness of the malts. Oh, really lovely, fresh, clean, that beautiful German water. Oh. Right, put it down, Speno. Gotta drink this. Right, I hope this is good. I hope this is good. Please be good, please be good. Right, I didn't even smell it. Oh, God. That does smell. Oh, that does smell. That does smell bready, that does. But I think I've got too much of that in my system. It's probably just it's in there, so I'm not smelling as much as if I'd have got my nose straight in there. Right, let's get into this. Cheers, cheers, prost, prost. I'm quite excited actually. Oh my god. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh crikey. Oh, now I'm not going to say I'm not going to. Oh, I'm not going to say it's better than that, but this is a bit more. Yeah, this has got a bit more bite. Oh, I see exactly where it's coming from. I think if I'd have had that on its own and just remembered what the Augustiner Helles tastes like, I would have probably thought to myself, yeah, that's a similar beer. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a similar beer, that is. But actually, A-Bing them together really is very different. That is leaving a lingering mouthfeel, a lingering tingle on the tongue. I think, excuse me, it is a little bit more carbonated, as in a bit more actively carbonated, if you know what I mean. It's more alive in your mouth. Going back to that, I still taste beautiful, banging, absolutely fantastic. But this, oh, yeah, slightly drier as well. Slightly drier. Definitely a bite there. Not a massive bite. Now I've had a few swigs of it and that. It's not like a huge bitterness. It's not like a huge bitter bite. It is quite subtle, but drinking it A and B in it against each other, it's bigger than what you think. There's no real bitterness bite in that, but there certainly is a bite in this. There really is a bite in this, and I can see why this is probably regarded a little bit more higher in the status over in Germany than what this is. It's almost like we talk about curries. Next door to me, there is a Indian lady and her son. And I've been doing some work for them for neighbourly love. So I've built them one of these cabins. I've built another cabin up the garden, which I've called the Spanish Music Lounge. It's got my music stuff in it, and I play guitar and things. And then next door, I've built them one as well for love. And and Jazz, who's next door, she cooks us a full like banquet of genuine Punjabi food, fresh Punjabi food. Now, we go to our local curry house and we have a beautiful meal there. It is the Cuisine of India in Wixton in Leicester, just in case you're around about here. Well worth a visit. So when you go to the Cuisine of India, you get an absolutely fantastic, brilliant, amazing curry. But it's quite sort of catered a lot for the English, isn't it? If you know, we often say that. We like it quite saucy, not so dry and things like that. So even though it is an authentically cooked curry and lots of good traditional recipes, and it even says in their menu about the recipes are authentic, comes from our mother and it comes from our grandmother and things like that, and it's a family run business and they've been there for years. I mean, we're talking, I was going there over 20 years ago when I lived not here. And but at the same time, that's sort of what that is. This is a German beer over in Germany. This is an authentic German beer, but it's probably loved more by us English people and more so European, and other people around Europe, because it is a nice sort of like easy drinking, lovely, well balanced, lovely malted lager. Whereas this is almost like done purely for the Germans. This is done for all us other Europeans, And this, don't get me wrong, when I talk about geography and things, I'm a bit crap at all that sort of stuff. But what I mean is, this is done for every person all around the world will love this beer. But it's like this one is the one that you drink in Germany. This is what the German folk drink. The born and bred German connoisseurs drink, if you know what I mean. And I see where Chanel's coming from when he says that. But this is absolutely incredible. Oh, that's just so... It's so good. So good. Oh, it's absolute... There's just nothing in the world, for me. There's nothing better than a German lager. There is nothing better. Don't get me wrong. I think if you want a really good Pilsner, you go to a Czech Pilsner. The Czech Pilsners are wicked. But this, to me, this bad boy. Oh, even on the nose. As soon as you put it back up to your nose, you know something different's coming. You know something spicy almost. It's a spiciness in this. I'm just getting that. It reminds me a little bit of the Lowenbrau. The Oktoberfest Lowenbrau beer. That's got like a bit of a spiciness and a slight bitter hit. Yeah, so look out for that one. But yeah, this is... So on the nose on this, when you bring it up to your mouth, you get a sweet malt smell. Then you get that... Yeah, you get a sweet malt taste as well. You get a lovely mouthfeel. You get a smooth mouthfeel. You get that beautiful, like, you know, Bavarian sort of like beer, which is absolutely... It's done under the purity law. I mean, you know, there's 4 ingredients in there, and most of it's water. That's what I don't get. I don't get with beer. Most of the ingredients is water. In the 80%, I think 80% of beer is water, and the water is what makes it. It's like water makes a cup of tea. Like seriously, when I go north of the country, I've worked all up and down the country. When I go north, you get the best cup of tea. I mean, okay, it's down to the tea bags. It really is down to the tea bags. But let's just say Yorkshire tea. You go north and you have a Yorkshire tea. Beautiful. I've took tea bags down south when I've gone to see ex-in-laws. Oh, God, you're dipping it in the water. Like, what the hell? It's like this scum around the edge. It's like it just won't mash. It's almost like it's put a seal over the tea bag and it won't allow the flavour to come out. So, like, the southern water in England compared to the northern water, and this is why we're right in the middle here in the East Midlands, we've got that, like, Burtonised water. This is why it's brilliant to brew on that Burton Union system, which reminds me, I've got the Union beer coming in the beer club, and I'm hoping back off holiday to review it quick as soon as it comes in. It's a slightly stronger version of the beer that you get on tap, so I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, I go off on a tangent there. But yeah, the water makes a massive difference. So this is using German water. I think they're both brewed in Bavaria. There must be. Correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't really say much here. I can't really read it. It's all in Germany or whatever. But you're going to be using like Bavarian hops and malts and things. You know, like seriously, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it's all full of... Yeah, but I just know that this one goes through a second fermentation, a long second fermentation. So it's fermented, like, just seriously for a long time, which is what lager means, really. It's like long time, isn't it? So the taste I've got left in my mouth, Speno waffling on, is basically coming from this one. Because... the reason I've got the taste lingering in my mouth is because this is giving me the more bittering side of things. Now, I wonder if I wonder if on this, see, because this one's lightly hopped, very lightly hopped. This one is. It's more about the malts in this, and you know, probably the yeast is giving it some flavours as well, and the water. You know, the water's giving it the mouthfeel and the way the water interacts with everything else. Because yeast does give flavour to every beer, regardless whether you think it doesn't or not. The yeast isn't just there to ferment the beer. It does add flavour to the beer. Now this, I would say that they've probably, you know, used these hops in here a little bit more in the early stages of the boil, just to get a little bit of the old oils out of there, just to get a bit of bite. And I love it. I love it. I love a beer that has a bite. This, I tell you who does a good beer, like Jeremy Clarkson, Hawkston do a good lager. And their lager is sort of like an English version of this, really. It's quite sweet, easy drinking. The water feels quite nice. I've not reviewed that beer yet. There's loads of reviews on that beer. And a lot of people basically will not really big it up too much. But I've had about 20 odd bottles of it recently. And every time I crack it open and I have it cold, and do you know what? I'm drinking it out the bottle as well. And I don't normally do that, just to activate the carbonation a bit. It's a good lager. And it sort of almost reminds me a little bit of a British version of this. It's quite sweet in its taste, and you can tell the water's good, and you can, you know, the barley and that they're using is good, and the hops, whatever hops they're using is good. This, however, is another level. This is the undiscovered hero of Germany, I think. I think this is one that you're either going to watch me review this beer and go, crikey, Speno, where have you been? This has been out, this has been available. Well, it has been available for a long while because it's been brewed for ages and ages, but not a lot of folk like myself know about it until I go to a bottle shop and see Chanel. It's got a lovely label. It looks very sort of like, you know, light coloured, but it's brilliant. And do you know what I love? You see that? This is the one thing that like hurts my feelings a little bit, right? Is that we bang on so much, and I'm not getting into politics or anything, don't worry about it, but we bang on so much in this country about like, oh, the environment and all global warming and all this and all that or whatever. I mean, at the minute, our bins have been stopped. Our bins are coming once a fortnight now. So what we're going to have is overflowing bins, and what am I going to do? I'm going to start my car up and drive it to the tip. So they're doing the bins once a fortnight now to save the truck, save unnecessary trucks driving down the street, polluting the air. But what's going to happen is 40 or 50 people up the road are going to start the cars and go round to the tip. So it's a pointless waste of time. But what I'm saying is, you see that marking around that glass there, around that bottle there. The reason that marking's there is because this bottle, and it's on the bottom as well. Do you remember the old crates? So everybody that I'm talking to now knows this, right? These bottles go in a crate, them plastic crates, and they rattle about and they turn around, and that's where they get the marking from. Yeah? And then what happens is, they get imported into England to us to enjoy. Where does that bottle go? In Germany, this bottle goes back and it gets refilled. It goes back and it gets refilled. Back and it gets like the olden days with the old pop man, where you used to either pop and take it back and you get money back on your bottles. And basically that's why you've got that rim there around that scrap. And trust me, glass, I work with glass every day. It takes a long while for a glass to get etched like that. And the reason that's like that is because it's been in and out the tray. And then it comes to England, and where am I going to put that bottle? In the recycling bin. And that bottle's gone forever. So that's been, you imagine how many people have bought that bottle and drunk this beer and enjoyed this beer. And then I get it here and I'm just going to put it in the recycle bin. Such a shame. Anyway. High horse, get down. I won't even get on a high horse, I'm too small. So anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a waffle, but I think it's been like a good waffle. This has got some really nice light bready malts. Lovely sweet bready malts, but not not sweet, sweet. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like just it's beautiful. It's not like I've drank this other beer and thought this. Hey, this is still for me beautiful. Now, oh wow. Now I'm so torn now because next time I go to Harborough stores in Market Harborough and I see the best beer in the world, my Desert Island beer, this beautiful beer next to this one, oh God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like, God, it's like, you know, it's like some people stray, don't they? You know, like, it's like, you know, I've seen something better and I'm off. Well, I'm very loyal. I'm a very loyal person. So this is where my heart lies, here. The same with my wife. My heart lies here with my wife, and nothing's gonna beat this, because this is going to be the one that, like, I will always say is the best beer in the world. All this has done is introduce me to another best beer in the world, and these two can sit side by side. And do you know what? I think what I'll do next time I go to Market Harborough and the bottle shop, the Harborough stores, I'll buy them both. And do you know what I'll do? I'll drink one of these first, and then I'll drink one of these, and then I'll drink another one of these, and I'll drink another one of them. And you know what? They will work so well together, and they'll be best mates. The only thing is, this one's a bit more stronger. But I don't think this one needs to be any stronger, because it feels as strong, it tastes as strong because of the bitter bite. So yeah, there you go. This has been a comparison review of two of, quite simply, the best beers, the best German lagers in the world. And if you haven't had this beer before, this lager before, then I hope that now you will take note of that, and you will go and source it at your bottle shop. Because if Chanel's got it, I know the guy that imports a lot of these German beers into the country, so he will have been tagging them around the place. I would imagine you want to look at, if you're not at Harborough stores, even before you look at Beers of Europe, look at Rainville stores. He is one of the biggest suppliers. Well, he's probably not as big as Beers of Europe, but what I mean is, when it comes to German beers, you'll probably find beers there that Beers of Europe don't have. But Beers of Europe are a great place to go. But yes, Rainville stores may have that. I've not even checked it out. So yeah, give it a go and see what you think. So yeah, there you go. This has been a Speno Waffle. It's been 27, getting up for 28 minutes long. But right. You know what? Anyway, cheers, Germany. Oh, and it's super bready. Oh, it really is bready. I've got so tied up in the bitterness side of things, the punch and that I've really forgotten. This is really bready. This is really breakfasty. This is really malty. Really, yeah. This is like, you know, them malted wheats. I have malted wheat every day, and I've just suddenly realised this is almost like your Weetabix, your shredded wheat, your malted wheat, your wheaty cereal. This is. I've only just noticed that now. Yeah. Wow. This is all your cereals wrapped up and put in between 2 rounds of bread. Right, I've been Speno. Take care, everybody, and be good. And like I say, just whatever you've got to say to me, whether it's a criticism, whether it's advice, whether it's telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, just debate it. Be kind. That's all I ask. Take care, everybody, and live, love, laugh, as always. Cheers.